You know I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step, another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a peace of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride and shit. I'm straight. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Get up my way. I'm running late. What can I say? I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, trudging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring. I got 20,000 deep off in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head.
On one fine day, Mr. FAIZ is doing something in his office. Oh, I think he is doing something regarding his job, but he seems so messed up and thinking hard. He's taking his phone to call someone. I wonder who it is. Oh, it is his secretary, Miss HANI. I think he is in a position to discuss something about the company with her. Let's give them some time to discuss.
Things are just things, they don't make you who you are. Can't pack up a U-Haul and take it with you when you're gone.
Finally, the discussion is over. Let's get back to work. It's the meeting day.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Hazim and Mr. Aris. Not to forget our client today, Mr. Faiz and Ms. HANI. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm in good. First of all, I would like to thank you to everyone for making the virtual appointment meeting today. So I'm so honored to hear every sharing from all of you.
Thanks also from my side. Even though I made an appointment in a short period of time, Exim Bank still accepted for us to meet today. Thank you very much.
So, without wasting any time, I introduce myself. My name is HAFIZ and I am in Exim Bank. And these two are my colleagues, and may I introduce them. The first one is Mr. Hazim, and the second one is Mr. Aris. And they both are office figures. So, can both of you introduce to our client about yourself today?
Of course, Mr. Hafiz. Good morning, Mr. Faiz and Ms. HANI. My name is Hazim and I'm also one of the Exim officer. Today was a very special day for me to explain about one of our services. So my part is about the bank letter of credit policy, and I'm gonna explain about this later. By the way, nice to meet both of you. So I pass to Haris.
Hi, my name is Mohamad Haris Aiman and also an officer in Exim Bank. Now we will begin the presentation with Hazim first to present the bank letter of credit policy of Exim Bank.
Okay, thank you, Haris. So, have you two heard about the bank letter of credit policy? Okay, so about this bank letter of credit policy, this policy offers commercial and political coverage against the failure of an overseas financial institution, which is issuing bank, whether sovereign or private, to make payment of reimbursement to the issued bank on an irrevocable letter of credit. Coverage is also provided for the issued bank refinancing of payment under a side irrevocable letter of credit of the issuing bank. So there's a basic knowledge about bank letter of credit policy of any bank. Do you two understand so far? Okay, so let's move forward to the first point to make sure you guys understand what this service is all about. As determined by Exim based on the issuer submission of an issuing bank credit limit, which is IBCL application form EIB 92/26 for the overseas financial institution and issuers by Exim of a written credit approval in form of a policy endorsement. This application requires disclosure of all relevant financial information of the issuing bank. High credit may be extended up to the amount specific in the IBCL, which generally remain valid of the maximum period of 12 months. on issued, the IBCL become a revolving credit approval limited only to the approved issuing bank with specific terms and tenor. That's all about the first point, and I will move to the second point, which is by use of the secondary limit credit limit, which is DCL, given to the issued bank. Under DCL, political risk is coverage is provided against those of the country of the issued bank. If the issued bank want coverage against the political risk of the country of the issuing bank when different from the country of issuing bank's head office, it must specifically apply for that cover. The issuer bank is required to obtain and export the certificate from EIB 94/7, certifying among the other things that a letter of credit has been established in support of the described transaction and the goods are manufactured or produced in a ship of United States. If the beneficiary of letter of credit is an entity other than exporter, a beneficiary certificate from EIB 92/7 is required. So that's all for me. If you have any question about this policy, you may ask me.
Okay, I have one question to Mr. HAZIM. Okay, what about the claim and payments? Can you tell us about this? We want to know how and when we can claim and make the payments if we want to take this policy.
Okay, that's a good question. So about the claim and payment, claim may be filed no earlier than 60 days and no later than 120 days after the date of default. Prior to claim submission, the issuer is required within 30 days of default to make written demand for payment on the issued bank. The insured is required to file a release and assignment form with Exim, transferring any right to the defaulted receivable and any security when the claim is paid. So that recovery may be attempted. Exim also will pay the claim within 60 days of receiving a certificate completed and document proof of losses from EIB 10/0T. So did I answer your question, Hani?
Yes,
Okay,
copy.
so all right. So that's all for me. I will pass to Mr. Hafiz. You may go first.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zim. Okay, first I will explain in more detail about who or what party is eligible for this product. The eligible party for this product is the exporter, whether engaged in manufacturing, trade, agriculture, and major industries, or service of. However, this party must follow based on the requirements that have been provided. Among them, the first is the minimum must be in paid up or proprietorship capital of 50,000 ringgit. And second one is party must be in business for 6 months or more. And third, do not have any adverse credit record or bad credit record. And next, have a good profitability record. And lastly, soft good or service formulation. In addition, among other parties eligible for this product are companies incorporated in Malaysia under the Company Act 1965, non-residential operated companies or NRCC. The next one is sole proprietorship and partnership as well as manufacturer, agricultural producers, service providers and traders.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to ask Mr. Hafiz. So, can we know, did it have any premium rate or are they charge payable? Can you explain in more detail to make sure it is clear for us?
Yes, there are premium rates and other charges to be paid for this product. It is divided into two, namely pre-shipment and post-shipment. For pre-shipment, the premium is charged as 0.15% per month or per day of based on the transactional basis. The interest is your F or better known as effective cost of funds will be added by 1.5% per annum. And finally, bank fees are standard. Meanwhile, for the post-shipment, the premium, it depends on the national schedule, ranging from 0.05% per month or part of it to 0.15% per month or part of it. Next, for interest CCOF, funds CCOF will be added 1.5% per annum. And finally, bank fees are also standard. Is it clear with the explanation of the premium rate, Mr. Faiz?
Yes, all is clear.
So I think I pass the presentation to Mr. Harris for the review.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hafiz. Now, I will continue the presentation to further explain about this insurance, which is Indirect Exporter Financing Scheme (IEFS). IEFS is a non-recourse financing scheme for SME who are indirect exporter sellers, whereby participating financial institution (PFIs) discount commercial documents arising from the supply of goods and/or services to direct exporters buyers, with coverage provided by Exim Bank to the PFI. Exim Bank covers non-payment arising from insolvency of the direct exporter and payment default of the direct exporter. Next, I will explain the benefits that can be highlighted for this scheme. One of them is attractive financing costs, including Exim Bank premiums. Besides that, there's also a nominal stamp duty at a lower cost, which is only 10 ringgit for loan documents. In addition, a lower legal cost at 10% of solicitors, scale fees, or 500, whichever is higher. Next, I will emphasize more about IEFS features. One of the key features of IEF is maximum period of financing. The indirect exporter can grant the direct exporter a credit period of up to 120 days. Following the maximum credit period, a 60-day extension can be granted for a total of 180 days. Aside from that, there's a coverage percentage. It can cover up to 90% of the bank loans. Then there's the percentage of financing, which can be up to 100% of the invoice amount. In addition, commencement of cover in respect of goods sold from the date of delivery of goods or in respect of services performed from the date of submission of invoice. Let's conclude the presentation of short-term credit insurance under Exim Bank. Hopefully that Mr. Faiz and Ms. Hani got and understood what we all just present just now. Do ask the question if there's anything you don't understand or are unsure about.
Thank you, Mr. Haris, for your presentation. From my point of view, throughout the presentation that was presented by three of you just now, so far I've been able to understand very well the content that have been presented.
Yes, I also agree with Hani. But I have another question for Mr. Haris. Let's say later on I was interested, and that time I had changed my contact details. So what do I need to do if there is any change of my contact details?
Good question. So all you have to do is to inform the bank if there are any changes to your contact details to ensure that all correspondence reach you in a timely manner. Aside from that, you can also inform the bank via various channels of communication such as the website, branches or call center at 03 2001 and 2000.
All right, thank you for all the explanation from all of you. Very interesting and clear. I will discuss this further with my secretary. How about you, Hani?
Yes, we both will discuss which plan we are going to take. We definitely will contact Exim Bank again for the next appointment when we already make the decision.
Thank you, Mr. Faiz and Ms. Hani, for such an enjoyable meeting with both of you today.
Please don't be hesitant if you have any question to ask. Just reach us or any other employees from the bank.
Sure, no problem. Thank you, Mr. Faiz and Ms. Hadi. Like my colleague said, if you have any inquiry, just don't hesitate to reach our workers. And have a nice day.